So, are you thinking of leaving your home country for a life of adventure and ease? Well, here are the pros and cons to living a slow travel life. And is it worth it? This globetrotting lifestyle is filled with fun, freedom, and I guess this incredible sense of adventure.
Hi there everyone. Well, we are coming from Dun, Scotland, and we're going to talk about slow travel and the pros and cons and is it worth it. So I would say one of the pros is that every day we are exercising our brain, and it's really important as you get older to exercise it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. With fast travel, we were literally too exhausted to even have our brains working. We loved it. Don't take me the wrong way here, but it was definitely exhausting. And we sit at home now, and we're constantly planning our next destination. We're planning how to take care of things while we're here.
And also things like booking airlines.
We use Google Flights, and all our flights are booked for the next 3 months.
Randy books the car rentals.
So make sure you watch this video as Randy walks you through the ins and outs of car rental. And then there's navigation.
Even when we land in a new place, it's navigating yourself around and learning where everything is, and also learning about the public transit system, like in Kuala Lumpur, of how to get from the airport to downtown, and we are constantly using our brains.
It has sure helped me with my proficiency in the use of my iPhone and all the different apps. There's so many apps out there now that are really, really useful.
Yeah. Well, just even the Gojek in Indonesia and Asia, to Uber, to parking apps here in the UK.
Yeah, these parking apps, that is definitely a test for one's use of their iPhone. And we were running out of daylight and we wanted to do this hike, and I swear it took 45 minutes to figure the app out so we could park the vehicle. The machine wouldn't take cash, but we figured it out. We got our hike in and it all worked out. But yeah, you learn as you go. It's been great.
And then sometimes in countries where you don't speak the language, you're always having to use your brain to learn little phrases or how to read a menu, and there's apps for that too.
Yeah, it's been a nice treat being here in the UK for the last couple months, and everyone speaks English.
But even then, sometimes it's hard to understand them. What do you think?
There you are. Welcome to Fairlie in sunny Scotland. There we go. The only street in Fairlie.
And the only pub in Fairlie.
The only pub in Fairlie as well. That's didn't even need a sat nav. Your nose just drew you in. Okie dokie.
We have learnt that is a real perk, and if we ever do settle down, which I'm sure we will one day, that is definitely going to be a lot higher on our must-have list than it was before.
I think also I feel more confident. For example, coming here to the UK, I was scared to death of driving, and I thought, oh, how am I ever going to do this? And now I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can get used to just about anything, and for starters, you're driving on the left-hand side of the road, of course, and we had most of the rental cars are standard transmission, and we both are good on a stick shift, but it's on the the opposite side that you're used to, and then the roads, they were they were definitely a shock to the system.
Yeah. But I come out of it going, I did it.
And seriously, you never know what's around the corner. You might be hurting some sheep. Honestly, driving gave me such confidence and independence, and I love slow travel for this. I am constantly being challenged, and I feel like I'm always growing and not stagnant.
And as far as the pros and cons, I would definitely say the pros outweigh the cons. Something that I really appreciate about the slow travel is we're saving so much money. And a perfect example, I'm heading off to golf a little golf course around here as soon as we finish filming, and it's 16 pounds for 18 holes. It's a lovely little course, and you know, I would have never even dreamed of playing a course like that. And we found so many hidden gems, you know, Eyemouth, Dunstanburgh Castle. These are spectacular golf courses right along the ocean, link style courses. And, you know, we're playing them for a song, you know, 30, 40 pounds. You know, originally when we had planned our golf trip here, we were looking at, you know, Royal Troon and, you know, the Old Course, Turnberry. And these golf courses cost anywhere from $700 to $1,500 for one round. And, you know, we did play some of the big courses, but, you know, it's definitely cost prohibitive. And my good friend came over from Canada to join me for a couple of weeks of golf. We ended up playing 9 rounds, and I think our total bill came to around $500 each for golf. You know, do the math. It's like, you know, $45, $50 Canadian per round. How do you beat that?
Also, I look at what our lives would have been staying in Canada and living in our home, doing nothing, and now we are traveling all over the world, and we're saving money as we go, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's actually quite shocking.
It shocked me that we could travel the world for less than living in a house in Canada.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out our Goodbye Canada series. And this is how we started traveling slow travel around the world. We take an in-depth look at how to do it, why we did it, and healthcare.
Mentioned in our last video, we're doing the pet sitting now, which saves us a ton of money.
This is Texa.
So make sure you check out our video, Must Love Dogs, Slow Travel.
So all the pet sitting is completely free, and I would say that comprises probably of now 90% of our stays at least.
Yeah, and you know, between
and they're
our
free.
yeah,
and I get little companions like her.
Yeah, between our stays, we stay at beautiful hotels, and it gives us more time to explore. You know, when we try to stay right in the heart of the area.
And I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Like I don't miss having to pay property taxes, hydro bills, car insurance, house insurance. I don't miss any of that. Do you?
Well, of course not. But you know, you do miss a little bit your routine that you had at home. For example, on Sunday morning, I would get up and, you know, I'd get my coffee going, and it's time for NFL football. And, you know, I'm still finding the odd game here in the UK, but, you know, I spend all day Sunday in front of the TV. So now I'm watching the highlights on YouTube.
But just think, though, now you're only watching it over 4 minutes versus hours, and now you have more time to do other things.
Well, exactly. You know, we're out for a walk or we're exploring somewhere. So, but you know, me personally, anyway, I do miss the routine a bit, but with the house sitting here now, we get up in the morning, and just like at home, we don't feel compelled that we have to go out and do something.
Yeah.
You know, we we do relax a lot, and yeah, so it's
like today Randy's going golfing and I'm just gonna hang out here at the house and in the garden, kind of like I would do at home, but I'm not paying for it.
yeah, you got to take care of those chickens.
Yes, there's chickens here.
She'll go harvest my breakfast for tomorrow.
Yeah. It's I guess a couple things that I would say I miss is having a hairdresser. Like, I just don't want to go anywhere, and not having a hairdresser, not having a regular doctor or dentist. Those are things that you have to seek out while you're traveling the world like we are. We are fully covered. We have great health insurance, so that's not the problem of having a doctor. It's just setting things up.
Yeah, I agree. We're not getting any younger, and you do have little ailments and what have you. In the past, I would go see my family doctor. I was one of the lucky ones who managed to get a doctor. But once I moved to the island, it took me 3 or 4 years to finally get a doctor. But it was nice, just something, some nagging little injury or what have you. You go deal with it, and I don't do that as readily as I do now, because we have to seek out who do you see, and so that is definitely a bit of a negative.
Yeah.
But we do have the great insurance, so if anything serious ever happens,
we're fully covered.
It's going to be fine, and probably better medical coverage down the road. We can go anywhere we want. And
we get a full checkup every year too, and it's amazing. I feel like I have better health care, but I wish I had better hardressers.
Your hair looks great, honey.
Yeah, it's called Shade Jill. I cut it.
So what other negatives for you, do you figure?
I sometimes miss being able to just say, "Hey, Dana, what are you doing? Want to go for a coffee?" We don't do that. So now we do like a Zoom call, or we'll plan a trip together. And also we still go back to Canada once a year and go and see everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have as much time as we like. My niece just announced she's getting married in May. And really looking forward to that, Sammy. Can't wait to see all you guys.
Yeah, and then we'll probably stay in Canada longer this time because we need to do our passports, and then we go from there. And
it was a little rushed last summer when we went back. We were a little rushed. We didn't get to see as many people as we wanted to see, but we can take 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever we want.
Yeah.
So
and that's part of not owning anything either. I guess that's another thing I would say is not owning anything. Like, we don't own a house, we don't own a car, we rent a car when we need a car, and having that minimalistic lifestyle is really, really nice.
Yeah, I can definitely concur with that. It's funny. I was, a concern was how are we going to deal with everything with no mail address anymore, and transferring everything over to email. But once you get rid of a lot of your stuff and your obligations and what have you, life becomes really, really simple, and I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, so am I. The simplistic life. And I worked in fashion pretty much all my life, and a lot of people, when you open your closet doors, 80% is, even 85% is stuff that you don't wear. And I have a backpack and one suitcase that we share, and that is it. And I still feel like we brought too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we decided, with the slow travel and also being over in the UK and in Europe, we'd need more clothes than we had on our year we spent in Asia, Southeast Asia. you know, really there all you need is shorts, flip-flops, and a couple t-shirts.
But when you're staying in cities and you have city stays, it's nice to have some nice clothes
if
too.
you want to go to a nice restaurant and what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but right now, we've been here for 3 weeks. Our big suitcase, we've got 2 backpacks each, 35-liter backpacks. But the big suitcase is still in the back of the car. We haven't even got into it. We're questioning, did we bring too much?
Yeah, and it's, but I think it all depends. A lot of the stays that we've been here in the UK have been kind of more rural, small town. So you're not going to dress up so much. I mean, literally, I have a white sweater, black sweater, gray sweater, and 2 pairs of jeans, and that's pretty much all I wear. And runners to get around, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah. So, any other negatives you can think of?
No. I one other thing I would just add is that it goes back to mindset. Is when you're traveling, it's when I used to travel, when I was working, I'd go somewhere for 2 weeks, and it was like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had seen a place, but I wasn't really experiencing and living that place. And I think everything, even when we go into a pub, the beer tastes better, and everything. It just, it's more real. We have conversations, we meet people that we probably would never ever even, we have nothing in common with them, but it's just an openness of willing to learn, and we have some of the greatest times.
Yeah, it's.
And I think it keeps us young.
Oh, yeah, I agree totally. Life's exciting now.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We're here at this stay in Duns for, was it 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3.5 weeks, and it's been great. But you know, we're ready to move on, and you know, we'll be spending a night in Edinburgh, and we'll be flying out to Italy on Saturday morning, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
You know, it's constant excitement. You know, we've pretty well seen and done everything we want to do in this area.
Yeah.
And you move on to the next.
Yeah. And you learn, because it is slow travel, is, you know, I'd like to come back to Scotland and go up to the Highlands and experience up there. When we go to Italy, we're going to Florence, Rome, Umbria, but I also want to go to Sardinia next time, and I want to go to, I just want to keep on experiencing new places.
It's a big world out there.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to settle down in one place.
No. So
and I find with the pet stays, what I love about it is that we are inserted into a community, and you get all the local knowledge, which is amazing.
Yeah, you get to know all the neighbors.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been really great.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah. So, any other positives? What's your biggest positive, do you think? For me, like I say, it's the excitement of living, just something new all the time. How about you? What's some of the big pluses for you? I'm talking sort of slow travel over normal travel, fast travel.
I love that we're just taking our time, and you're not rushed to do or forced to, you know, jump out and go see this. We take our time doing it, and it's so more relaxing. And also, I guess I'm kind of the cheap one. I love saving money.
Yeah.
I love money.
Well, it is amazing. We're saving like we've never saved before. It's funny, we talk to friends, and God, you guys are still on the road. How are you affording it? our savings are, you know, they just keep on like never before.
Yeah.
It's we're spending so little, and then of course, as if you've watched our other videos, with the sale of our home, with all that working for us now, that's money that's just that we're not spending. That's just keeps on growing. So we gotta figure a way to spend some more money, honey.
Yeah. Now I can't say enough about it, and I couldn't imagine what our lives would be like. Just, you know,
The old life.
Yeah, the old life. I'm so glad that we took that leap of faith.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, you learn a lot about each other as well. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm heading off golfing here in 15-20 minutes, and you know, in the past I would have felt bad, you know, I wouldn't want to leave Jill on her own, but I've discovered she's a real homebody, going from this you know, woman that I met in Victoria, just never stopping, and you know, I could never imagine her just sitting around the home, and she finds real peace and solitude with the pets, and
I think
being an old farm girl, I guess this is perfect. We got this a little foggy today, but we're on in this beautiful farm area, and
I would say that the pet sitting has made me. It was the one thing that I was really missing. Was I've always had dogs all my life, and growing up with farm animals, horses, everything. I would say the pet thing was a real part of sadness for me, because I'd lost my two dogs, Walter and Blue, and now I get to meet all these different little personalities around the world.
I think little Texa just loves having us here. Hey, Texa?
Yeah, it's really added to our travel, and we stay in beautiful homes, and you know, I get to have my garden when I want to garden, and I get to experience so many different ways of life around the world.
Yeah, it's been great here. They have a huge vegetable garden and a greenhouse, and I gotta tell you, salads coming from the garden and the greenhouse are sure a lot tastier than you know, what we were having at home from the grocery store. So yeah, it's been wonderful.
So I think that's about it from Dun, Scotland.
Yeah, well, I would have to agree, and I guess next time we see you, we'll be shooting from Umbria, Italy, or maybe we'll get some time in Florence.
I'm on the quest of the pizza, the great pizza.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Nobody loves pizza more than me.
I'm kind of looking forward to some of their Pinot Grigios.
Yes.
Italy is supposed to be the spot for a good Pinot Grigio, which is one that I've always appreciated.
Yeah. So we will see you from Italy next. We'll probably do a little video from Florence. So we will see you later. So don't forget to please subscribe, like, and share. And we'd love for you to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
You're very smooth on that part, Jill. If we could only be as smooth on all our talking like this as we are on the subscribe, like, and share. We've got that one down pat.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Bye from Dun, Scotland.